The head of the United Nations warned him, you better tone it down. Mahmoud Ahmadinejad in New York City, set to speak to the UN General Assembly this week, but today he enlightened us all with a preview when he said Israel is a fake regime that will be, quote, eliminated.
We have witnessed that some members of the Security Council with veto right have chosen silence with regard to the nuclear warheads of a fake regime, while at the same time they impede scientific progress of other nations.
The White House firing back, quote, President Ahmadinejad's comments are uncharacteristically disgusting. I should say characteristically. Disgusting, offensive, and outrageous. They underscore again why America's commitment to the security of Israel must be unshakable and why the world must hold Iran accountable for its utter failure to meet its obligations. It's Fox Top Story, and Jonathan Hunt, the chief Fox Sport correspondent, is on it live from the United Nations. Clearly, the Iranian president is not heeding anybody's warnings.
Not for 1 minute, Shep. That warning from the UN Secretary General came in a meeting he held with the Iranian president, at which he said, given the tensions in so many parts of the world right now, as he put it, incendiary rhetoric would not be helpful and might be downright dangerous. But within hours of that meeting, Mr. Ahmadinejad was back at exactly that kind of incendiary rhetoric, in fact, saying that Israel could not attack Iran and that Iran does not fear Israel one iota. Listen.
Fundamentally, we do not take seriously the threats of the Zionists vis-a-vis an attack on Iran by them, even though Iran, at the end of the day, is a great country, and let me assure you, we do have all defensive means at our disposal, and we are ready to defend ourselves.
Now, President Ahmadinejad will address the UN General Assembly on Wednesday. This will be his last appearance here as president because of term limits. And it seems that he wants to leave everyone, Shep, with a speech that they won't soon forget.
Yeah, that would stand to reason and side with history. Jonathan, his won't be the only speech to pay attention to this week, though, far from it.
Certainly won't. Just 24 hours after the Iranian president speaks, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will address the UN General Assembly, and he is expected to focus almost entirely on the nuclear threat as he sees it from Iran. There will also be a lot of other speeches to watch from those countries who have gone through the so-called Arab Spring, chief among them perhaps the address by Egypt's new Islamist president, Mohamed Morsi. He will talk, we are told, about how the U.S. needs to recalibrate its relationship with many Arab nations in the wake of the violence that has gripped so many of those countries over the past week. These UN General Assemblies often don't mean much, but clearly this year, Shep, all of these speeches, given all the tensions, and every word uttered from that podium is going to be worth watching and listening to, Shep.
Jonathan Hunt live from the United Nations tonight. John, thanks. Well,